It's Ray Fillet. Yeah! Whew! That felt good. Post Malone, appreciate it. Thank you so much for playing Ray Fillet and giving us that wonderful moment in that movie, because that's something I'll never forget. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, starring Shannon Brown Jr., Shimon. His name is Shimon Brown Jr. Wow, his name is Shimon. Okay. Brady Noon and Micah Abbey, Nicholas Cantu. Got to make sure I get the kids' names right. And it was directed by Jeff Rowe. And our story follows the four Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like we've never seen them before as actual teenagers. Because in the previous retellings, look, even though I love the 2003 cartoon so much, that's the best adaptation of Ninja Turtles that we've gotten so far until now. But look, we've always followed them as like grown-ups. Like they've been called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, they're kind of kids at heart because, you know, of course, they've never really been exposed to the world, so they still have their childish wonderment when they see all the things in the real world, so that's why they're really given the teenage name. But this time we see them as actual teenagers, and we are following the story of them growing up under the sewers, trying to, you know, explore the real world, and they don't necessarily get a chance to because their master Splinter wants them to stay down and hidden from everybody because he feels like they're freaks and, you know, they're going to be looked at a certain way. But until then, you know, a threat shows up and, you know, this master crime guy, I'm so sorry, I'm getting caught up in how good this movie was by exploring the plot again. But basically, they have to stop this guy named Superfly, played by Ice Cube, who is a crime boss, and, you know, they don't find out he's a mutant until they actually see him, and then it turns out to be just this wonderful story that Seth Rogen has truly... Jeff Rowe, because he directed it, but Seth Rogen produced it, and honestly, everybody who was a part of this movie has brought something to life that I truly never could honestly be done better than the 2003 version. Of course, look, when the trailer for this movie first came out and I did see Seth Rogen's name, I was excited because this dude really does have a way with producing shows. I mean, Preacher on AMC, The Boys, Invincible, and now this, and, you know, so with his track record, I was like, okay, I'm going to be open to it. I really wasn't knowing what to expect from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, being brought back to life, but seeing them from this perspective, they truly did something here that can truly make not only the old like fans like me who grew up on this stuff appreciate it, but for kids of this age, like they can actually watch these guys from the beginning be just like all the kids now and grow up with them. So now kids of the old age and the new can both appreciate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Seth Rogen, I thank you. I thank you for bringing fresh life back into this franchise, because he's expecting to do a spin-off show. I guess not even a spin-off. He's doing a show with the same voice actors that were in this movie here. So I really can't wait for that. I'm really going to follow this thing all the way through, because what they've built here, they're building a universe around the Ninja Turtles. They're going the actual storytelling route, and they are actually developing these turtles into who we know of them to be by the time we catch up to them in the cartoons or the old 19 whatever came out movie. My favorite of those was The Secret of the Ooze. I'll never forget the Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go! Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go! Go Ninja, Go Ninja! That was the best. But look, like I said, I've been a long time fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Seth Rogen here, I have to make sure I give Jeff Rowe, because he directed the movie, but Seth Rogen is just going to keep popping back into my mind, because this dude, anything he puts his hands on, anything he just steps into a room with, he kills. Like, especially when it comes to comic book adaptation stuff, or just superheroes in general. Like, this thing was absolutely amazing. I mean, look, clearly you can tell by my reaction there's nothing wrong with this movie, so let's just get into what I loved about this fucking movie. Okay, so the first thing that I absolutely loved about this movie was all four portrayals of Mikey, Leo, Donnie, and Raph. I thought all four of these guys, I gotta make sure I get their names right because it's the first time I'm hearing of them. Shimon Brown Jr., Brady Noon, who played Raph, or Shimon Brown played Mikey, Micah Abbey played Donnie, and Nicholas Cantu played Leo. All of those kids absolutely destroyed their roles. Like, I loved the way that these kids just absolutely captured the embodiment of these characters as literal teenagers, because like I said, we've never seen these characters as teenagers before, but it's like they do, like, you literally are, it's like almost watching a flashback of the 2000, like they really took the 2003 cartoon here. I see a lot of it referenced in this movie here, and they took a lot of that, of those characters and their traits in that show, and they put them right here in this movie with these kids. And honestly, they took stuff from other adaptations too, but mainly the 2003 one, because I see a lot of that, of those turtles in these kids here, and they just do an amazing job at bringing these characters to life. I'm not only talking about just you watching. Like I said, animation is moving in a direction where we really got to start appreciating what's going on here. People really don't understand where like animation is headed right now. Like, I'm gonna go off on a little rant right here before I keep praising this movie. But look, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse honestly started the whole damn thing with just absolutely mind-blowing just graphics and honestly turning these characters into more than just cartoon characters to us. Well, at least for me, they're turning them into actual people. Like, these voice actors are stepping into these booths and actually bringing life to these characters, like actual life, where I'm walking out and I'm like, I'm not watching a cartoon, I'm watching more than that. I'm watching actual characters on screen. Like, this might as well be live action if it could be. Like, this is so beautiful and so amazing to see. Like, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse started all that. Then you got Across the Spider-Verse. You got Nimona that came out. Now you have Ninja Turtles now. And like, you got Super Mario Bros. Well, it didn't necessarily bring to life the characters as well as the other voice actors did in these movies here. But Super Mario Bros. is another example too of just animation going into another level where it needs to truly be appreciated with some of the best live action movies. Because we've gotten some great animated movies this year, and Nimona, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all deserve, well, I think Ninja Turtles and Spider-Man especially, I'm not sure if Nimona could get nominated for Best Picture, but it should be looked at. But as far as animated features, yes, they should not only be in those categories, but they should be in other categories too. If voice actors could get nominated for their performances, I think that should be possible. Now, should anybody here do that? No, I'm mainly talking about Across the Spider-Verse. But the voice actors here should be praised for what they did. And the Ninja Turtles should be looked at for a Best Picture nomination if we're going to have that category have like 15 plus movies in it anyway. But look, Ninja Turtles here killed it. I'm just going to go, all right, that was my rant, going back into the Turtles. So look, kids killed it. I absolutely loved the way that they portrayed what it's like to actually be hidden from like the people, you know, on Earth. Like, well, not on Earth, because they just live underground. So above ground, just the people above ground, and how I love the way that they show like how they literally have to hide from them. It's all drawn out so very well. Like, they literally take these characters and they're making sure they develop them into actual people here. Like, you're watching the Turtles. There are scenes where they're literally in the subway and there are people standing, you know, waiting for the train, but they're walking in the shadows, you know, right beneath it where nobody can see them. They have to make sure they stay hidden. I love the way they have to go out and get groceries and make sure nobody can see them. And then it's even more fun to watch them you're not even seeing some of this stuff, but to just hear about some of the things they've had to do, like they've had to do to experience fun in the world but stay hidden at the same time. It's amazing. Like the way they said they went to a fucking Adele concert. They're kids and they went to an Adele concert. Like, that's amazing. Like, the references in this movie, the stuff that they had these kids do, the movie references, I won't necessarily spoil what those are because they're very pivotal to the film itself. The anime references, I can't spoil those either, but look, everything that they brought to the table for these kids, or for these turtles, and for these characters, and for this world itself, truly can resonate with everyone in the theater. There's something in this movie for all of us, and I absolutely just am overjoyed that the Ninja Turtles is this fucking good. Whoa, Seth Rogen, man, it's amazing. All right, what else do I love about this movie? Look, Splinter. Jackie Chan is Master Splinter. I absolutely loved not only him as the character of Splinter himself, but just honestly his background story in this movie. It's actually very interesting. I love the reason for why he hates humans and how he has to, you know, warm himself up to when he meets, you know, April and stuff like that. Like, it's it's really amazing what they do with these characters and how they're turning them just into actual human beings. And like this, like there's actual genuine heartfelt storytelling going on throughout this film, and it's just absolutely magnificent. Like I'm astounded. I'm baffled. Like, I cannot believe animation is truly taking these kind of steps into really matching themselves up with live action movies. Like, they're doing a damn good job. Okay, Edie Ayubridi. I always mess her name up, but her April O'Neil. I'm not gonna say I wasn't a fan of at the beginning. I mean, it took a minute for me to get used to the way she was portraying her, because I've seen a bunch of different April O'Neils at this point. We've even seen freaking Megan Fox as April O'Neil, but I don't think Megan Fox is the typical April O'Neil. That's Michael Bay's version of it, so that's why. But it took me a minute to actually appreciate her April O'Neil portrayal, but the more I think about it, the more I actually loved it. Like, she actually did a really good job. I mean, the way April O'Neil would be in this world, I think she captured that perfectly. Like, just being a nerd, not fitting in at all, and honestly, for her to actually have turtles as friends, she would have to be someone who doesn't have any herself. So yeah, no, she did a great job as April O'Neil. Look, oh god. It's honestly as great as all of these guys, all of the kids did, and Io Edebri and Jackie Chan, as great as everyone did, Ice Cube stole the show. Ice Cube as Superfly was one of the funniest characters in the entire movie, and he was a damn good villain. Ice Cube, I don't even understand how he was this good in this movie. Like, this dude had me dying. He was truly like bringing this Superfly's motives to life, like truly, like I'm stuck. I can't speak. I'm literally speechless at how good Ice Cube was in this movie. Like, this dude, like when I seen Ice Cube was playing this character and the corny ass lines he was saying in the trailers, I'm like, like I get it because it's a Superfly character, but it's like, what is this gonna look like in the movie? And when I tell you, he had me 6 a.m, police at my door. Like, how do you pull something off like that? That dude is hilarious. Ice Cube killed this movie. Like, I'm telling you guys, please go see this movie. Please. Like, it's not just for kids. And I hate when people say animated movies are just for kids, or I hate when people just put aside animated movies or can't, compare animated movies with live action because it's quote unquote animated. That means nothing anymore. I'm telling you, they are taking steps to where they can truly stand up with some of the best live action movies there are, because these animated movies are killing it. This Ninja Turtles thing is the fucking shit. This Ninja Turtles movie is truly one of the best movies I've seen all year. It's the soundtrack. My God, you are jamming throughout the entire movie. I can't wait to see this movie again. I'm taking my brother tomorrow. I can't wait to see this movie again. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles blew my mind, guys. Like, the more I sit here and talk about it, the more not only I can't wait to see this movie again tomorrow, but I just can't. I have to see it maybe, like, I may have to go see it tonight and just not tell them. I have no idea. But I cannot wait to see this thing again. Like I said, guys, the soundtrack is unbelievable. You are jamming throughout the entire movie. The voice acting is out of this world. The cast is immensely good. Like, they're immensely talented. They are ridiculous. I mean, you got Paul Rudd, John Cena, Seth Rogen's in the movie, Rose Byrne. Who else you got, man? I mean, it's a lot. Maya Rudolph as Cynthia Outram. She was absolutely incredible. I love Maya Rudolph's voice acting impressions. She kills. Who else is in this thing? You got Hannibal Buress, my boy Post Malone as Ray Fillet himself. I can't believe this movie was as good as it was. And one thing I do have to point out again before I get to my review of my rating of this movie, the fight scenes are incredible. And one thing I didn't even talk about actually was the animation itself. The animation is gorgeous, and I mean that in like the best way. Well, of course, the gorgeous is a great word, period. But like, if I can emphasize that word, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, every single frame in this movie has some sort of different animation, either in the background or in the front or on the side. Some, like, they do different stuff throughout the screen so that you can appreciate. It's truly artwork that's being put on this screen here. And honestly, there are so many references to so many different animation styles that I've seen, like Hoodwinked, the PJs, that old cartoon. There are a bunch of comic book styles from it. I mean, the animation in this thing is ridiculous, and it's so cool, and the universe is just amazing. And another thing I love, like I said, they're truly developing the Turtles here, because you can definitely tell they are not ready for Shredder. You can definitely tell that they are not ready to face him, and I absolutely love that. It means they have to grow, they have to learn to fight, get through some battles, and actually grow before we can see the Turtles that we are used to in these most recent adaptations. We're going to take some time to get there, and I love that it's going to take time, because that proves that they want to do something special with this universe, and I'm so happy. The inner child in me is screaming. I love the Ninja Turtles so much. But look, the fight scenes, I want to talk about one thing. I absolutely loved the first time that they had to fight. It's kind of a minor spoiler, but it's just the realization on their faces when they've never faced any opponents. They've only been fighting dummies and Master Splinter himself. The realization on their faces when they actually have to fight is ridiculously funny. This movie is hilarious from beginning to end. There are so many hilarious characters, so many hilarious moments, but the fight scene for me was definitely one of the funniest, especially when Donnie realizes all he has is a stick, and he's like, what am I supposed to do with a stick? It's the funniest thing in the world. On top of that, there are, like I said, a lot of funny moments as far as involving Riz and just kids being kids. And one moment that absolutely had me crying laughing, it had to do with, I can't tell you, but look, overall guys, y'all see the expression on my face, y'all seen my reaction, my giddiness, my happiness throughout this review. I fucking love this movie. This movie absolutely gave me nothing but joy. I did have it at a 4.75 out of 5 at first, because I felt like I've been giving out too many 5s, but it'd be a disrespect to all these kids and everybody who was involved in this movie if I didn't give this thing a 5 out of 5 stars. So with all that being said, guys, I already said what my rating is, but I'm trying to think of what I normally say. Oh, for all those reasons and so many more, guys, I'm going to give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a 5 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, have you seen it? Well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on the movie, your thoughts on animation and where it's headed, where you think it's headed. Now look, I know a lot of you may start talking about that Disney Wish that comes out later this year. Look, that animation don't look the best to me. I'm kind of skeptical about that movie myself, so don't bring up that damn movie. The other animation films are coming out that are going to kill it. Like I said, go check out Nimona for those who haven't seen it. But look, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.